everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to my channel. We are continuing my panning journey by introducing a mini project pan. So this is going to be one that hasn't been as common on YouTube the last couple years, but it is a small little project pan and I do have some items that I would like to finish before I get into some other kind of themed project pans. As you saw by the title, this is the Finish 7 by Spring, and how it works, I have 7 items here that I have picked out that I would like to finish. This is a rolling project, and so as I finish these, I can bring other items in, so that should hopefully help me hit my goal of 7 items by the end of this project. Of course, this is going to go up on January 20th, and it counts down to spring. So we'll have our first and only update February 20th, and the finale on March 20th of this year. If you enjoy themed project pans, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what themed project pans you guys are involved in. Without further ado, let's dive into the 7 items that I've selected for the beginning of this project. I've picked a good variety of items. I've got perfume, skincare, body care, and of course makeup as my items here. And the very first item that I have for us is this little sample perfume here. This is the Jimmy Choo I Want Choo perfume. This came to me for Christmas as part of that Shoppers Drug Mart Fragrance Discovery Collection where there were 12 samples and you got to pick, there's a little certificate in there to pick a full size of one of the samples to take home. That's the fragrance right there for us. So it wasn't completely full when I started. I think I've used this 3 times. I had an initial test on it. I've used it one time to confirm I wanted to use it for this project, and I am wearing this fragrance today. I picked this one because it's not going to be the one that I'm going to choose to redeem my certificate for. It's, let's see. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more of an older floral scent. I'm not the best at describing scents, unfortunately. So I want to use this one up, and I don't know how long it's going to take me. I'm hoping I will have it done for my first update, but because I work in a scent-safe area, I don't wear fragrance to work, so hopefully I remember when I come home to wear the fragrance, but there really isn't a whole lot in there, so we will see how I progress through item number 1. Item number 2. Nice small item here. This comes to us from Skinfix. So this is their triple lipid peptide barrier cream. We got 15 milliliters of product in here. I have not used this yet, so this is completely brand new. So you might be wondering why I'm rolling in a moisturizer, because I do have a full-size moisturizer, both a day one and a night one in my skincare project pan, the Skin is In project pan. And the reason why I've chosen to roll in this guy is because in that project I'm using at night the Wishful Jelly Balm moisturizer, and it was the first time using it. I hadn't used it before I rolled it into the project, and it is very thick, so I feel like I do not need a sleeping mask on top of it. Don't need an oil on top of it. I don't need anything, which is great if you want to make sure you're getting good use out of an item. You don't need a whole bunch of extra products. Not as good for the sleeping mask that I have in that project. So I'm going to bring this one in to kind of rotate, try this guy out, and pair it with the nights I do want to use a sleeping cream or an oil and have that extra hydration on that mask there. So that's the reason why I'm rolling in the skincare item. This is the 3rd item that I'm rolling in. This is my body care item. This comes from Bath & Body Works, and this is their Butterfly Body Cream. Notes of this one are raspberry nectar, iris petals, and airy vanilla, and it is very much kind of a spring scent with that mixture of both the raspberry, the floral, and the vanilla notes in there. So to count down to spring, I've chosen a body cream to help out with that. And this I'm going to be using off and on, kind of mixing it up between the body lotion that I have in my Skin is In project pan and this one here. This is basically completely full. I have used it once. I used it last night to make sure I enjoyed the scent. And that was everything. So this is the 3rd item I'm going to be using. If you caught my makeup plan to pan for 2023 video, 3 of the next 4 makeup items are going to look very familiar for you guys. And the first one that I'm going to use up or at least I intend to use up, is this guy right here. This is the Maybelline. This is their Super Stay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. This is in the shade 20 Sand. And this I use as obviously an under eye concealer. I have taken the stopper out, so you can see there's lots of product on the wand. But we are getting probably close towards the end of this particular item. I'm anticipating, if not the first update, then definitely should be done before the finale, so I can get use of other under eye correctors that I have. This is the next makeup item that I'm going to roll in for us. So this is the Nude by Nature. This is their translucent loose finishing powder in the shade 04 Banana. And it's just a tiny little loose setting powder. I do have a full-size powder of this as well, and that was in my Plan to Pan makeup for 2023. But I wanted to throw in the mini into this challenge to see if I could use it up within 2 months. It has 1.5 grams in it, and I generally tend to use these kind of powders to set under the eyes, a little bit in here, and then kind of like down by the nose and the mouth area as well. And just to kind of get a sense of how much product I actually use, how long it will take me to get through that big one. So this is just more for that mathematical curiosity. I have used it once. It is the powder, also the concealer I'm wearing today. Not that you could really see it that well, but this is my next item that I want to put in. It's only had this morning's use on it. So basically, an entirely brand new product. This should also look familiar to you guys. This is the Lorac. This was part of a liquid eye trio that came to me in a BoxyCharm. This is the eye gloss trio, and this one in particular is in the shade Yacht Club. It is the eyeshadow that I am wearing today. And it is this very beautiful purple color, shifting a little bit into that gold, into that green, into that blue. So this one was my favorite of the three. And it was getting very low and hard to use. So the stopper is now out of it. So you can kind of see in there a little bit. We're making progress. And I think most of it is kind of around the edges. And of course, now we're super goopy on the wand. But it doesn't want to be pushed down, right? I'm trying to push it. I can't get a nice flat line for you guys. So when I put it into the project originally, I was thinking, you know what, this may not take very long. Pulled out the stopper, we're going to get more uses out of it now. There's still a fair amount of product still kind of stuck in there, but we'll see how many uses I'm able to get out of this one. Ideally, I would like to finish it. My goal is to use it at least 5 times a month, and that should get us to finished or close to finished. So we will see on this guy here. And the last item that I am picking comes from this Lucky Glow palette from Choo and Luscious. And I'm only going to roll in at this point 1 of the pans. So this is what my palette is looking like. I have already used up the bronzer shade Serendipity. I'm going to ignore this highlighter in Heaven Sent. It just doesn't look the best. Looks a little bit more metallic on my skin tone. And obviously I have pans in these 4 shades here. Now, the one I'm going to focus on, because I think like this one, this highlight in 777s is a little deep for my skin tone in the winter. So this will come into the play in the summer. The blush here in Royal Flush, this is more of a summery color to me. I don't really like how it looks on my skin tone in the winter. And the bronzer, like I tend to prefer to use, like if I'm going to use a face palette, I'm going to use bronzer, blush, and highlight. So I do want to use these 3 together. And you can kind of see there's not a ton of the bronzer left. So I do want to make sure I'm pairing it with these 2 guys. Or with this one. This is the highlighter that I'm going to choose to roll into this project. This is the Pots of Gold highlighter. And if you did see that makeup plan to plan video for 2023, you will note it does look different now than it did in that video because it has now been repressed. Right, so still a decent amount of product in there. You can see the texture from my paper towel as I pressed it in. But my goal, and we'll see if I can do it within 2 months, is to see if I can finish this particular highlighter. I'm not sure if I will be able to. It is the highlighter that I am wearing today, but there is still a fair amount in there. but it does work well for me in the winter. It's kind of that golden color, so it is more neutral-ish in terms of the highlighter, so I can get away with it for most eye looks. And so we'll see what I can do. I'm hoping I'll be able to get that finished off for the finale. So let's take a moment and talk about my goals for update number 1, which will be coming to you guys February 20th. First goal, I want to finish off the Jimmy Choo fragrance here, and I want Choo. I want to finish the moisturizer from Skinfix, get that one done. And I would like to finish off this concealer as well. Based on these products that I have here and what I think I can get through for the finale, obviously the 3 I just mentioned, I'm optimistic I can get through Butterfly. I should be able to make some really good progress on it. I'm hopeful I will get through these 2. Because again, the whole point of this project is to finish items. We will see. There is a lot of product in here, and I don't really have a sense of, especially on the powder, how much I use, so how I'll really progress through it. And this one is going to be a question of how basically competing against the clock, right? Making sure that it doesn't dry out. It still looks nice and vibrant, beautiful on the eyes. It doesn't crease and just go everywhere. So it's really hard to know how long this one will last. The one I'm least confident about, of course, is that highlighter. If I don't finish it, I will still be able to make really, really good progress on it and get it down to where in another project, I should be able to finish it if I don't. So if you're excited to join me on this panning journey, thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an update. Remember, it's coming for you guys February 20th. And ideally, as long as I do finish some products, I will be rolling them in, working towards that goal of finishing 7 items by spring. Thank you so much for joining me today. Leave a comment down below if you're doing any themed project pans, and I will see you guys in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.